on changing the regulations, this is why the Gateway Pundit had the headline. In changing these regulations, they don't need to go, like the treaty, they need to bring it back to us. The regulations, they could actually change. In the United States, and being a signatory to the regulations, all of a sudden it gets to be the controlling document for the United States. Is that a correct way to state it?
You're right. We're already a party to it in the amendment process. Last year, we stopped the Biden amendments, but they adopted other amendments. Okay, and I'm pretty sure nobody ever saw a president sign it, or a prime minister, or saw it go through the Senate. Last year, Steve, they did adopt small changes to the amendments. The process is such, if they adopt it, it's done. So here's the worst of the worst, okay? I put forth the top 10. I actually put forth the top 100. And just yesterday, I put forth the top 50. And I encourage people to, check out what I'm reporting on. Number one, there's a combination of changes where Bangladesh submitted changes and Malaysia submitted changes. And when you put them together, what they did is they would want to change the definition of the phrase temporary or standing recommendation. It's currently defined as non-binding. Well, Bangladesh says, well, we want to cross out the word non-binding. And then Malaysia comes in.
Okay, James, we're only going to have like 6 minutes for this. So let's rip through the 10, and then you can give the details. Just hit the 10 so the audience gets it, and then we're going to send them online. But just hit me.
It's the most important one. Okay. Malaysia would change.
Why is it the most important one?
It's changing the nature of the international health regulations from an advisory body to a command and control. They want to make it so that recommendations are no longer not binding. Recommendations would be legally binding. And so what it says in there,
that's quite big. That's a quite big change. That's a quite big change. That's why
it's number one. That's why it's number one. Okay. Number two, right? They changed the language so that it's not like some documented emergency. They coulda, woulda, shoulda called a public health emergency of international concern when all the smoke from East Palestine went to Canada, and the Health and Human Services could have called a public health emergency because we have a health emergency. What they want to do is change it so that Tedros can declare an emergency if there's something that could potentially be an emergency.